Today we'll tackle all those burning questions you have about getting a real estate license. Getting a real estate license can feel like navigating a maze, but don't worry, we've got your back. From course requirements to exam tips and everything in between, we're going to cover all of it, so let's do it. What are the best real estate license requirements? Let's kick things off with the basics. What do you need to get that shiny real estate license? Here's the scoop. First up, most states have a few standard requirements: high school diploma or equivalent, US citizenship and state residency, and age. Most states require you to be at least 18 years old. Education and pre-licensing courses. You'll need to complete state-approved pre-licensing courses. These cover the essentials of real estate principles, laws, and practices. The number of required hours varies by state, ranging from 40 to 180 hours. Background check. Most states require a criminal background check. Pre-licensing education. Completing pre-licensing education is a must. For example, New York requires 77 hours of coursework for agents. Each state has its own specific requirements. Examination. You'll need to pass a real estate license exam testing your knowledge of real estate laws, practices, and principles. It typically includes both national and state-specific sections. Sponsorship. In some states, like New York, you need to be sponsored by a licensed real estate broker to activate your license. This means finding a broker who's willing to back you up. License reciprocity. Some states have agreements with others, making it easy for licensed agents to get licensed in multiple states. You might be able to skip some pre-licensing requirements, but still need to pass the state-specific exam portion. Continuing education. Once you have your license, most states require ongoing education to keep your license active and ensure you're up to date with industry changes. Number 2, how long does it take to get a real estate license? Alright, let's get into a question that's on everyone's mind. How long does it actually take to get your real estate license? Spoiler alert, it depends on a few key factors, but we'll break it down for you. The average timeline. On average, it takes about 4 to 6 months to get a real estate license if you're going to the traditional classroom route. But if you're opting for online courses, you can potentially speed things up quite a bit. Quick path with online courses. Online real estate pre-licensing courses can be completed in as little as 8 weeks, depending on how much you pace yourself. Some online schools report that students can wrap up the process in 2 to 5 months on average. Key factors affecting the timeline. State requirements for pre-licensing education hours. For example, California needs 135 hours, while other states might need more or less. Online versus classroom courses. Online courses are generally faster since they're self-paced. Time dedication. The more time you can dedicate to studying, the quicker you'll get through the material. Exam application and scheduling. This can take 6 to 8 weeks in some states, so plan accordingly. Study and pass the licensing exam. Prep time varies by person, so give yourself the time you need to feel confident. Fastest possible timeline breakdown. Pre-licensing education, 7.5 weeks minimum for online courses in California. Exam application processing, 6 to 8 weeks. Exam scheduling and tracking, 1 to 2 weeks. By the way, I'm Doug Smart, part of a powerhouse team that did over $3.5 billion in sales in 2023. Partner with us at eXp Realty and our free team, the Wolfpack, where you'll get more value than anyone else in the real estate business is offering. Plus, eXp Realty is the only profitable brokerage for the last 5 years. So where do you want to invest your future? Learn more at our website, smartagentalliance.com. Alright, let's talk about the real estate exam. The big, scary monster lurking at the end of your licensing journey. Spoiler alert, it's challenging but totally conquerable with the right preparation. Let's break it down. The challenge level. The real estate exam is designed to be tough and thorough. It tests your knowledge on real estate principles, laws, and practices, with a significant portion focusing on vocabulary and key concepts. Passing rate. Pass rate varies by state, typically ranging from 50 to 70% for the first-time test takers. Time for exam. Most states give you 2 to 4 hours to complete the exam. Expect 100 to 150 multiple choice questions testing both national and state-specific real estate knowledge. Toughest parts. Many test takers find that the math questions and state-specific laws are generally the trickiest. Preparation time. Successful candidates typically dedicate 2 to 4 weeks of focused study time before the exam. What are the real estate exam topics? Let's get into the real estate exam. What exactly do you need to know to ace the test? Here's a breakdown of the key topics you'll be tackling. Real estate principles. This includes the basic concepts and terminology related to real estate transactions, ownership, and property rights. Real estate practices. This covers the process involved in buying, selling, and leasing properties. Property ownership. This indicates different types of property ownership. You'll need to know about the freehold and leasehold estates and the rights associated with each type. Land use regulations. Zoning laws, land use planning, and environmental regulations all fall under this category. You'll learn how these rules affect property development and use. Financing. Knowledge of various financing options is key. This includes understanding mortgages, loans, and the role of financial institutions in real estate transactions. Real estate calculations. Get ready for some math. This section covers property valuation, commissions, and financing calculations. State-specific laws. Each state has its own set of laws and regulations governing real estate transactions. You'll need to understand these state-specific rules to pass the exam. Ethics and professional conduct. Last but not least, you'll learn about the ethical responsibilities of real estate professionals. This includes the importance of maintaining integrity in all transactions. Alright, let's talk about how long you'll be in the hot seat for the real estate exam. Spoiler alert, it varies by state, but here's what you can generally expect. General duration. Most real estate licensing exams last between 1.5 to 3.5 hours. It's a solid block of time, so make sure you'll be well prepared and well rested. Question count and time. The number of questions can range from 100 to 150 in most states. This influences the exam duration, obviously. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of passing the real estate exam. How many questions can you miss and still make the cut? The magic number varies by state, but here's the general scoop. Passing scores. Most states require a passing score of 70 to 75%, which means you can miss about 25 to 30% of the questions and still pass. General rule of thumb. The exact number of questions you can miss depends on the total number of questions on your state's exam, which can range from 100 to 200. More questions usually mean a few more you can afford to miss. Aim high. While you can miss some questions and still pass, aiming for a higher score is always a good strategy. This gives you a buffer in case you hit any tricky questions that throw you off. Let's talk about the what if scenario. What if you don't pass the real estate exam on your first try? Don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Here's what you need to know about bouncing back and getting back on track. Retake eligibility. Each state has its own rules regarding retakes. Most states allow you to retake the exam after failing. However, there's usually a waiting period before you try again, typically ranging from a few days to a few weeks. State-specific rules. Some states may have a limit on the number of times you can retake the exam, and others might require you to complete additional coursework if you fail multiple times. Exam fees. You'll likely need to pay a retake fee each time you attempt the exam. The fee varies by state and testing provider. Preparation. Review your study materials and identify the areas where you struggled. Many candidates find it helpful to take additional practice exams or enroll in a prep course to improve their chances of passing next time. Time limit. After you pass the exam, you usually have a limited time frame, often 6 months, to apply for your real estate license. If you miss the window, you might have to retake the exam. Keep your chin up. Failing the exam can be discouraging, but many candidates pass on their subsequent attempts with the right preparation and mindset. Stay positive, keep studying, and you'll get there. If you're interested in knowing more about the only profitable brokerage in the last 5 years or the unmatched value of the Wolfpack, check out our other videos, which should be showing up right now, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.